I so enjoy doing this simple cross-stitch embroidery with wool on burlap. Burlap is inexpensive. I also have linen fabric, but there's something that's just so homey and charming about using the burlap that makes it a real pleasure to stitch. And I stitch over 2 threads in both directions. And once you establish the center of the piece, then you just take off in the direction of the pattern. I'm using a design from an embroidery book, the designs of the embroidery of the countries that are alongside the Danube River. And so that these designs are common to several countries. And I have lots of embroidery books, but I favor a lot of the old-time designs. So, as you can see, it's quite a simple process, and when done nicely, the backside is quite lovely too. You weave in all your ends when you begin and end the yarn, and I'm stitching with 2 strands of a Crewel embroidery yarn, and it's Persian yarn actually is what it is, and so it goes a long ways. And 2 strands fill up the spaces nicely. 3 is too many for this. I want to still see that the X's are showing rather than a little blob of color. So now I will show you some of the embroideries that I have done. I really like the bird motifs very much. I'll show you. Some of these embroideries are from the same book that I like, or from my Scandinavian knitting books, or my Scandinavian weaving books. They have many motifs that I can use for embroidery. I always like to put my initials and the year that I embroidered the piece. Though these don't have the initials. And these designs are from a band weaving book that I have, where the patterns are actually woven with both thread and yarn on a band weaving loom or an inkle loom. This is a much more colorful embroidery. Again, a beautiful alphabet and floral and butterfly motifs. This alphabet is stitched on rug hooking linen, so it's similar to the thread spacing of burlap. Will last a lot longer though. I put together this alphabet and composition from various motifs in my embroidery books, and I love this alphabet and the beautiful owls. In 2020, I did a lot of cross-stitch embroidery in wool on burlap or on linen, and here are all of the names of the dogs that I have ever had in my adult life. And here are all the cats. And this is a sweet one with an owl and a bunny. This is one of my favorites. I love this alphabet. When I finished it, I realized that the book designer had forgotten to put in two letters, the I and the Y. And so I had enough space between the H and the J to insert an I, and the Y, I chose an entirely different alphabet. And so I put it wherever I could, which was right next to the S, and it adds a flair, I think, to this piece. I really like it.